All right, welcome to the second game of the evening. First impressions video to boot. We got Trail of Ayash. I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced. Like, if the developer wants to correct us on that, do let us know. But we're going with Ayash for the time being. So, with that in mind, Trail of Ayash is an innovative and exciting open-world game focused on the indigenous people, their struggles. Our world is a unique version of the lands dominated by the myths and legends of the inhabitants.
You do not come from
Various
Gabesh,
tribes interact
but you don't
with
look like
one
one of the
another,
wild braves
engaging in
either.
diplomacy, war, and expansion.
I see you came with some of our
Yeah,
warriors
the
from the
game
Great Forest.
is not historically related and doesn't include any real tribe. That I'm not sure if that makes this
You
any
must
less
be
thorny of
tired
an
and
issue.
hungry. Join us at our fire when a brave offers you a place near his
Like,
campfire.
but
Let's
perhaps
sit
not my
down so
place
that
to
you can
say.
tell us about your trail, but
We have
before
crafted
that,
an open
what
world
about a
rife
bottle of fire
for
water?
exploration.
I mean,
That's
the
the
indigenous
spirit.
people of what?
You must be
Yeah, it's like the indigenous people of the world.
story.
Like,
How did you end up
are you trying to talk about, Native Americans? Are you
Yeah,
talking about?
if you're trying to call people a group, the indigenous people, it needs to be
Yeah,
unambiguous of where.
yeah, like the indigenous people, like that's like the Aboriginals. It's actually a bit of an issue with using the word natives or indigenous people in the United States because it's not as identifiable as, believe it or not, Indians. These are what some of the Native Americans feel about the whole word, as I understand it. But we are getting way off track here.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So,
reel it in.
It might
homie,
just
reel
be
it
an
in.
example theoretical indigenous group, which is, not amazing for representation.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, getting back to the PR blurbs, you will interact with the various tribes of indigenous people. That alone can make for a compelling gaming experience. But there is something more, something much darker, that lurks in the forest and wilderness, in the corner of your eye and the slight cracks in the earth. Also, to survive alongside your fellow tribals, you must learn caution. Creatures born from the minds of men and spirits that terrify the soul are talked about in hushed voices around campfires by storytellers and shamans. In the world of Ayash, so I guess that's who the natives are. The natives of Ayash. We'll go with that.
I guess the main character's name is Ayash, so I don't
Well,
know.
it's the world's
homie.
name, Ayash. They are very real, and the monsters of this world must be fought lest you lose your life or your soul to beasts, both natural and profane. So yeah, this game is currently in early access. So Penny, what are your impressions of the trail here?
Well, they didn't do the shitty Disney, Peter Pan version of, native people, question mark. So, good on them for that. But you can tell that
It's the list of included monsters on the Steam page includes things from various different Native American things, I think,
Yeah.
mostly.
and as far as gameplay goes, it honestly feels like it takes a lot from something like Skyrim, only without like the dragon shouts and stuff like that. It's mostly melee stuff, and using a bow and arrow kind of sucks. And yeah, your choices actually kind of matter somewhat. Like, there are certain parts in the game where you can actually just straight up get killed. So, save early and often, homies. There is an autosave, but I think it only triggers when you like change maps. And these maps get pretty big. And yeah, there's like various resource gathering, combat. There's kind of, air quotes, magic. But it's not the most useful thing. Combat is dead simple. I would try and show it off now, but I'm in a story section where I'm injured and can't use combat. So that's great. You're usually walking around with companions, at least here in these like earlier parts of the game. I think they're immortal. So I guess that's good. They're either immortal or have just ridiculously high health.
You haven't felt like you needed to worry about them getting their asses killed.
Yes. And there's also nothing that like, oh no, person D died, you gotta restart the level. So it's very nice. It's not like an escort mission type thing. Music is there.
Stop. Who goes there?
It's actually a bit surprising.
You're wounded.
This looks like the kind of game where it would totally go in
What's
all
wrong?
in on ambient noise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, birds
You
chirping
making
and
me
shit
drag
like
your
that.
corpse over to the
And
village.
there's some of that there.
Who is this wounded brave?
Some stranger. I don't know him.
Look at his color.
Um,
He's not from these lands.
Quit staring and help me drag him to the hut.
honestly, there's not like the game looks
Look.
alright,
He's moving.
but it's also Unreal Engine, so
Let's
Yeah.
go to the elder. He will know what to do.
Do you guys have any questions or concerns?
Not especially.
I don't think so.
Oh, I can actually use weapons now. And yeah, you have your quick attack. You can do a heavy attack, special, and then jump attack. And then there's also the bow and arrow, which, you know, works like a bow and arrow. I don't believe you can retrieve the arrows in this game. There is a crafting system. Where's I? There are various skills you can unlock and you know, stuff like that. Meditation if you need to pass time for whatever reason. Your stats. Bestiary / compendiary. crafting because, well,
I mean, look at this game.
yeah. There's also
If
like
there weren't-
more alchemy if you want to make like food and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's like a thing where you can actually starve. It's mostly just for healing.
Huh.
You have an inventory. Oh, new weapon. Cool. It shows you like if the weapon is like objectively better than what you're carrying. You can carry melee weapon and a shield.
But they don't have a huge ton of random attributes that they could be like slightly better in.
So far I haven't seen anything. Also, you have a fuck ton of inventory space. Like I barely have the bag half full. So it is nice for a bit of a pack rat,
The firewood needs chopping.
which makes
We need
sense
to get to
because
work before
crafting
nightfall.
system.
Yep.
There are side quests, some main quests, and what have you. It looks like the weapons actually have like
I am a
different
local merchant.
animations,
I am
which
your
is kind of
everyday.
fun. And like you can sell some of the stuff you don't need. So it's nice to be able to buy things and whatnot. But yeah, other than that, I can't think of a whole lot to really talk about. Like, other than that, it plays like your basic RPG. Well, at least action RPG. There's not like any turn-based elements.
Mm. Yeah. So, early access details. According to the notes here, this is currently projected to be in early access for about 10 months. This came out in May of this year. So, and it is one of those games where it's adding content and polish,
Nifty.
and will be raising its price once it hits 1.0.
Oh, I guess something I should mention is there's a mode where you can just kind of look through the eyes of a crow. I don't think you can really control it, so I guess if you just want to
Still
take...
potentially good for like scouting.
Yeah. And there's also some type of sense mechanic, but I think it might be broken. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to show you where enemies are, or if I'm supposed to upgrade it. Yeah, I'm trying to look for something to fight, and I'm not seeing anything, so...
All right. So the game's regular price right now is $20. Though it is currently on sale at time of recording for 20% off, $16, $15.99. Is this game worth it in that price range right now?
So far, maybe. Like, I haven't had any too bad jankiness, like falling through the floor or anything like that. As far as, like, if there's enough here to, like, keep you, like, super entertained, I guess it'd be fine to get it now for the $20 if you're even kind of interested, since the price is supposed to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, combat. Yeah, random golems sometimes walk around, so that's totally something that would have happened back in the day.
Or like rock creatures.
Yeah. And then, yeah, and then sometimes things drop loot. You pick up loot. And then there's also, you know, your typical RPG, you know, quest markers. And yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully this time.
All right, then. So I think that'll about do it for this game. Be sure to tune in after the break as the Galax will be giving his impressions of Catch the Fox.